Welcome back, everyone. I am so thrilled to have you here for today's explainer. We are diving deep into the essential competencies that rehabilitation counselors use to connect individuals with disabilities to truly meaningful work. You have to think of an effective career counselor not just as someone who points you toward a job board, but as a high-level career matchmaker. It's a comprehensive placement journey. It takes deep knowledge, a lot of creativity, and serious strategic thinking. So today, we're going to break down exactly how that entire journey works.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap. We're going to cover 1. The labor market landscape. 2. Pathways and transferable skills. 3. Strategies for job matching. 4. Supported employment. And 5. Carving and creating jobs. We are going from a macroeconomic view all the way down to customizing specific roles.
Section 1. The labor market landscape.
So, the placement journey actually starts way before a resume is ever even drafted. The absolute foundation of all of this is labor market knowledge. Basically, this is about grasping exactly how employment systems function in real time. It's tracking workforce trends, spotting high-demand industries, understanding wage info, and mapping out where jobs are actually growing. Because the reality is, the labor market doesn't sit still, right? It's constantly shifting thanks to new technology, economic changes, population shifts, you name it. Counselors absolutely have to master this knowledge to provide truly informed career planning.
To make this a bit more concrete, let's look at what's actually booming right now in a lot of communities. We're seeing massive, sustained demand in healthcare, IT, customer service, logistics, skilled trades, education, and of course, a huge variety of remote work. Staying on top of these trends is absolutely crucial. Why? Because it prepares clients for emerging opportunities. You want to position individuals for where the job market is headed, not just where it used to be.
Section 2. Pathways and transferable skills. Now, when we zoom in to the individual level, this brilliantly illustrates how a career pathway actually functions in real life. A pathway is essentially just the progression of education and skills that lead to advancement over time. It's like a staircase. You might start at step 1, right? An entry-level healthcare support role. But with intentional training and experience, that paves the exact way to step 3, highly specialized healthcare roles. Counselors play a massive part in helping clients see beyond just that short-term paycheck, guiding them toward long-term career growth.
But hey, what happens when someone is changing careers, or re-entering the workforce, or maybe facing new disability-related barriers? Well, this is where transferable skills become an absolute game changer. These are abilities you can literally pick up and drop into completely different industries. Take a former retail worker, for example. A client might not even realize it, but their past experience is packed with valuable skills. Communication, inventory management, scheduling, customer service. These beautifully apply to logistics, office administration, or IT support. It's a real light bulb moment for clients when those dots finally connect.
Section 3. Strategies for job matching.
Okay, so we've analyzed the market and we've identified the skills. Now comes the big pivot. We absolutely have to shift the focus away from limitations. Traditional hiring gets so bogged down in what a person can't do. But successful job matching? That is a purely strengths-based approach. We want to intentionally spotlight a client's strengths, their abilities, and the accommodations that will help them crush it at work. It's all about finding that perfect sweet spot that balances what the client wants with what the business actually needs.
To pull off this kind of match, counselors use some highly specialized tools, and ONET is basically the crown jewel in that toolkit. Think of ONET as the master blueprint for the entire American workforce. It's this incredibly comprehensive national database that breaks down thousands of jobs by daily duties, required skills, education, and career outlook. So way before submitting a single application, a counselor and client will sit down with ONET to explore careers, compare jobs side by side, and figure out exactly what skill gaps they might need to close.
Another totally brilliant strategy for job matching is informational interviewing. This is essentially just a structured, low-stress conversation with a professional who is already working in a field you're interested in. It is so multifaceted. It lets clients learn about workplace expectations and industry culture straight from the horse's mouth. And at the exact same time, they are actively building their network and massively boosting their professional confidence. It completely takes the intense pressure of a formal job interview off the table while still opening up major doors.
Section 4. Supported employment and interfacing.
Because let's be real, getting the job, that's really only half the battle. To guarantee long-term success, we rely on supported employment.
It's exactly what it sounds like, an inclusion-focused strategy that provides highly individualized supports to help people with disabilities not just obtain, but actually maintain competitive employment. It prioritizes the kind of ongoing, tailored backing that makes sure a workplace success story lasts for the long haul.
So what does that actually look like on the ground? Well, it could mean having an on-site job coach, setting up specific workplace accommodations, helping out with transportation, bringing in assistive technology, providing targeted skills training, or just doing regular ongoing follow-ups. It really shows the huge breadth of resources a counselor can pull together, because the ultimate goal here is always to build an environment where the employee can confidently thrive on their own over time.
Section 5. Carving and creating jobs.
Now we are getting to the really creative stuff. When a standard job posting just doesn't quite fit, we turn to two incredibly effective strategies: job carving and job creation. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the direct contrast. Job carving is when you modify an existing job. You reorganize specific tasks to perfectly match an individual's strengths. Job creation, on the other hand, is building a completely new position from scratch, based purely on the company's unmet needs. So one reshapes what's already there, the other builds the whole shebang from the ground up.
And both of these awesome strategies actually live under a broader umbrella called customized employment. This is a super individualized approach where you negotiate job duties, supports, schedules, or responsibilities to create that perfect successful match. It relies heavily on flexibility and true collaboration. It's literally designed for individuals who might not fit perfectly into a traditional 9-to-5 box, but who absolutely have amazing, valuable strengths to offer.
Let's actually walk through an example to see this in action. I want you to imagine you're a counselor evaluating a local office, and it is busy. The staff is totally swamped with their core responsibilities, which means a bunch of smaller but super important tasks are falling through the cracks. Things like organizing the inventory room, doing basic spreadsheet data entry, greeting visitors, prepping meeting materials. They desperately need to get done, but literally no one has the bandwidth.
And boom, here is where the puzzle pieces snap together. The solution? You propose a single, customized position built entirely around your client's unique strengths in organization, communication, and attention to detail. By bundling those neglected tasks into one newly carved role, you've brilliantly solved a massive headache for the employer, while simultaneously creating a meaningful, competitive job for your client. It's pure creativity, and it is a total win-win for absolutely everyone involved.
I really want to highlight this quote because it hits the nail on the head regarding our professional standards. It states, "The CRC business engagement domain emphasizes labor market analysis, job development, employer engagement, and career planning as essential counselor competencies." Basically, everything we've unpacked today, from diving into O-Net to negotiating customized employment, these aren't just nice-to-haves. They are essential skills. Counselors are expected to navigate these systems in ways that are highly individualized and culturally responsive.
To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. Think about a local business in your own neighborhood right now. Maybe it's your favorite coffee shop, a hardware store, or a local clinic. What specific tasks do you notice there that could be completely reorganized or combined to create a brand new job carving opportunity? Put your counselor hat on and start looking for those hidden gems. Keep pondering that, because in our next session, we are going to dive even deeper into workplace accommodations and the Americans with Disabilities Act. Until then, keep learning and keep looking for those creative connections.